So I want to start talking about some legal pitfalls. And it seems like in my practice, I get, things kind of come in waves, and I get several clients with kind of similar issues going on. And right now I have a lot of craziness intra-company disputes. And this video is happening on July 21st, 2020, which for anyone seeing this in the future is crazy time. So these intercompany disputes are sometimes unavoidable. Here's my little assistant who wants to come and see us. And so just intercompany or intra-company or whatever kind of disputes, client disputes, vendor disputes can be unavoidable. And it's how we set up the structure of the company from the beginning, from the entity choice, which is that's a specific analysis, to the type of contracts we draft that are kind of the glue that hold the relationships within the company together. That, if that's done well, then when these disputes come up, whether they're intercompany, with vendors, with customers, clients, patients, whatever, there is a basis and a framework for handling them. And what I'm finding is a lot of people are coming to me that didn't set their companies up with the assistance of an attorney. And you can hear my other assistant coughing in the background, providing entertainment for us, without the assistance of an attorney. And so, the reason we are here is to help. Our job is to help foresee things that could happen down the road and draft documents. Come here, Grace. And draft documents that will, prevent, or that will provide the framework for dealing with these kind of disputes. I've seen bad operating agreements for LLCs that don't set out fiduciary duties. There's no buy-sell provisions in there. There's no tag-along, drag-along provisions in there. Some companies don't need that, but some do, and I'm finding that it's a problem. I've seen disputes where the entity wasn't, people weren't getting paid the way that they were supposed to get paid. So when you have independent contractors, there are different laws that govern that relationship between the independent contractor and the principal than the laws that govern employers and employees. And so sometimes you don't have a choice as to whether that worker should be an employee or an independent contractor, especially under the new laws in California. But sometimes you do have a choice. And when you do, you want to think about all the aspects of, what could possibly go wrong with this person? What actually are they doing for the company? And how do we want that relationship to be structured as far as what happens if they leave, and how is taking clients and customers and patients monitored when they leave. So these are some of the things I'm seeing, and the remedy for this, of course, is to get legal help, get these documents set up the right way. Oh yeah, and then there's the contracts that people find on the internet and just kind of use them and adapt them and draft them. And I've talked about this before. Every state law is different, and laws change regularly. New statutes are enacted and new case law comes down. And when we as attorneys draft contracts, we're considering all the new laws, and we're considering the laws of that particular state. And every word in that contract is going to fit some scenario. So I looked at one recently where there were two clauses that contradicted each other. And when that happens, it's a setup for litigation, because when we assess the meaning of a contract and try to apply it to a given situation, first we look at, the four corners of the page. And then if we can't find it on the four corners of the page, we try to go to the intent of the parties. This is the process of evaluating or analyzing what's in a contract. If the parties are in dispute and are saying two different things, or maybe somebody's dead or they don't remember, then we have to go to the what's called parole evidence, which is other conversations, text, emails, and that kind of thing that occur. Those don't come in if the four corners of the page outline what's supposed to happen in the scenario. And if we still can't find out, we go to the standard of practice in the industry. So it can get really long and drawn out with these, self-created contracts based on some internet template. At any rate, legal pitfalls. Get your documents well analyzed and drafted from the very beginning so that if something comes up, that's what these documents are there for. So, Deborah Scheffler, business and trademark attorney and estate planning, and that's the legal pitfall for today.